Before you drop thousands on your next fishing kayak, make sure you know the truth about the Hobie Lynx. In the next few minutes, I'm breaking down real-world pros, cons, and a few things that no one really talks about, including one critical detail that might be a deal breaker. Stick around because we're about to put this kayak to the test and find out if it's the right one for you. If you're a keen lure fisherman or you're just looking to get into it, there are key learnings and strategies I talk about all the time. If you're new here, I'm Abs, a Finesse kayak tournament angler from Sydney, Australia. I've dedicated the last few years to mastering the art of light tackle angling, and now I'm here to help you do the same. Follow along for some high quality tips you actually need to know. Before we get into the video, I just want to give a huge shout out to James from Hunter Water Sports for letting me get my hands on the Hobie Lynx to show you exactly what it's like and help you make a better choice with your hard-earned money. When you first see the Hobie Lynx, it doesn't look like your ordinary kayak. It's more like a paddleboard with a seat. It's slim, clean, and just over 20 kilos, which means you can chuck it on the roof racks, you can carry it down a boat ramp, and you can even put it in and out of the garage without needing any help from friends or family. Coming from dragging my Pro Angler 14 every weekend, this was a total game changer. But don't get it twisted, light does not mean weak. The Lynx is tough enough to handle bumps and knocks of real fishing days just without the back pain, and here's why. It's light, tough, and ready to go anywhere, and that makes it a serious option for anyone who wants to fish more and muck around less. Now here's where it really started to impress me, the way this thing moves on the water. It runs a Mirage 180 drive system with the kick-up fins, which means you can either go in forward or reverse, hands-free the whole time, and if you hit a log or a rock, those fins kick up automatically and save you from bending anything. Therefore, if you fish tight creeks, shallow banks for say Murray cod, bass, or even brim, that alone is a game changer. I was out one morning in the kayak fishing a tournament, flat out pushing my Pro Angler 14 to the absolute limit. I was heading to my next spot, I was sweating, my legs were cooked, and I was going so hard. Then a couple of blokes just cruised right past me like they were going on a Sunday stroll, and I was thinking to myself, what the hell are they in? And sure enough, both of them were in a Hobie Lynx. And that's when it clicked to me. It's not about working harder, it's about using the right gear. The Lynx's weight and low profile makes it fly. But that same lightweight design that makes it so smooth in flat water, it's a different story when the wind picks up, and I'll talk more about that in a second. Fishing from a kayak is all about the right setup, and because the Lynx does not have much built-in storage, you've got to be very smart with it. You can bolt in Hobie H-rails straight down to the deck to hold your rod, your sounder, or whatever else you need. It's got a built-in transducer cavity, which makes mounting electronics super easy and tidy. The open deck gives you loads of room to move, but without sealed hatches, you've got to think about waterproof bags or some sort of external storage system to keep your things organized. It's made for quick, light sessions, but if you're anything like me and you carry half a tackle shop with you when you go out fishing, you'll need a good storage system. There's a lot of light kayaks on the market that feel very unstable, like you'll flip if you just sneeze. But the Hobie Lynx, it's rock solid with its wide hull and flat deck. Standing up to cast feels very stable and controlled, perfect for sight casting or even working edges. And the seat, Hobie's mesh vantage style seat is very comfy, good back support, raised height, and none of that slouched over feeling that you get in some cheaper kayaks or even the older style Hobie kayaks. It holds 158 kilos too, so plenty of room for gear without killing the performance. It's stable enough to stand all day and comfy enough that you won't need to be stretching your back every 20 minutes. And it's pretty stable too. Look, I'm rocking side to side. I'm not the heaviest bloke. I'm approximately 80 kilos. And I feel like it can definitely handle a bigger person. The rating on this kayak is 158 kilos. So with all your gear, if you're not passing that 150 kilo mark, I'd say, then you shouldn't have an issue. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Hobie Lynx. Have you actually been on one? Have you seen someone riding on a Lynx? And have you done much research on the Lynx? Because I feel like it's only starting to get popular amongst the tournament anglers. Now, right before we move on to the pros, the cons, and the deal breaker that I promised to you earlier, I just want to say a massive thank you for watching this video and for always showing me your support. Please consider subscribing so I can continue making videos like this one. And my promise to you is to always try to improve with every single video I produce. Now, let's move on to the pros and the cons. Let's start off with the pros. It's super lightweight, easy to load, easy to transport, and easy to store. It's stable for standing, even for the bigger blokes. The hands-free Mirage Drive system with the kick-up fins is an absolute game changer. Its open layout is clean and customizable, and it can be stacked or stored very easily if your space is tight. For someone who wants to have just a quick session, get out there and pre-fish a tournament or just a quick session around home, then I think a Lynx is definitely a good choice. Definitely a good choice for those that don't have much room as well in the garage. So you can obviously stack this on top of something else. You can put it side on, pack it away. It's not going to take up too much room. Now let's talk about what's not so great. It's got no sealed storage, so you'll need some sort of external storage system or even dry bags. You can get pushed around in strong wind or current, and the low profile means that water can splash over and you can get wet. It's not built to be a tank, but for creeks, rivers and inshore waters, it's fast, fun, and it gets the job done. Compared to the Pro Angler, the Lynx is way lighter and easier to handle, but you're giving up storage room and a much drier ride. Compared to the Compass or the Passport, the Lynx feels sharper and more premium, but you'll pay for it. If you want something light, quick and easy to use without a trailer, the Lynx punches way above its weight. Out on the water, this thing shines in the right conditions. Calm rivers, creeks and estuaries, chasing bass, brim, cod, flathead, it handles it all so well. The steering is smooth and responsive, and it tracks straight, and it also feels very agile under your feet. And this thing turns on an absolute dime. Watch this. Watch this, that's the rudder. Look, as soon as I turn that rudder, the kayak turns. And I've never been in a kayak that turns that quickly. But once that wind or swell kicks up, you'll start feeling the trade-offs. It can get pushed around a bit, and you'll probably get a little bit wet too. You can see there's a bit of waves there, and you can see it coming straight over the top. So it's not too windy. We do have a bit of wind, but check that out, there's some waves there. There you go. Definitely getting wet compared to the Pro Angler. The Pro Angler kind of pushes the waves to the sides. Here's the deal breaker that I promised to you earlier. If you're fishing offshore or in open waters a lot, the Lynx probably isn't for you, as it's not built for that. But if you're mostly in calmer areas, you want speed, simplicity, and something that you can load and launch on your own, this is a serious weapon, and I would highly recommend it for you. So yeah, the Hobie Lynx has its strengths and its weaknesses, just like any other kayak. But if you fish light and local, it could be the perfect fit for you. But just remember that having the right kayak is just one piece of the puzzle. If you're chasing brim and you want to know the exact lures that I always reach for, I just dropped the video on my top 5 soft plastic lures that absolutely get the job done every single time. These are proven picks that I use in both tournaments and social settings, and I break down exactly when and why to use each one. Click the video at the top here, and I'll see you all there.